Quick disclaimer, this channel does not promote or encourage any legal activities. Anything shown in this video is purely for educational purposes, and there are further disclaimers in the video.
All right, JDs and Lelman, we have a fun one today. So this was a requested video. I'm going to do a few of these. It's going to be a nice little series. But today we are going to be looking at how you can find and track down social media accounts using a Python hacking tool called Sherlock. All right. I'm doing this on a Windows machine. You can do this on Kali or Ubuntu or any Linux distribution or Windows. It's a really cool tool, and I'll show you how to set it up in a second. But first, a quick disclaimer. This is a real hacking tool, and you should never do this on anyone without permission. Use it as a learning tool. Don't be an idiot. You know, if you're using this on a real pen test against a company or a person or whatever it is, make sure that you have a full contract and written permission and verbal permission. You've got it all, really airtight, the full 9 yards. Because if you don't, then you can still get in trouble from this. Even though we are just accessing publicly accessible information, it's not inherently illegal because all of this is already out there, right? This is just compiling it. But obviously, it depends on your intention. Now, first off, well, what is Sherlock and how do we use it? Right? So, Sherlock is an OSINT tool that checks usernames against a bunch of websites so that you can track down people's social media profiles, right? So, installation is very simple. I have just used the pip install, but you can see there are alternative installation methods here, and you can see that you can install it with, legacy pip. You can use brew, apt, or apps rather. You can use, just a git clone if you want the source code, although I don't recommend that. Probably the best method is just, to set it up with Docker, but all of these work and pip worked fine for me. It's one of the easiest setups to do on a Windows machine. And obviously you would go with apt on any, Kali or Parrot OS or, something like that. You would generally, it's just the easiest path, unless you want the source code and you want to kind of mess with stuff or you want to contribute to the GitHub. And then you would just obviously go down the GitHub route, right? So how do we use it? Well, this is going to be a super, super quick demo. This will probably be like a 5-minute video, but I'll firstly show you here. We have our Sherlock exe that we've installed, and we have a scan log from a previous Sherlock scan against Nahamsek. He's an amazing hacker YouTuber. Please check out his channel. And we're going to run another scan here. Okay, so we're going to type in Sherlock. And if you're running this with Python, it might be a bit different. For example, Python 3 sherlock.py, and then you go from there. But in my instance, it is Sherlock. And for the sake of this video, actually, I'll show you first. We will just type in Sherlock and then our username. So Nahamsek, and we'll give it a second. And now you notice that it will be a little bit slow. And I'll let it run for a moment, and then I'm going to stop it and I'm going to make it faster for the purposes of this video and for purposes of showing you how you can use the timeout flag with it, right? So it's going to test some stuff. You can see that it is quite slow, right? We are going to close down my CMD. Going to reopen it. We're going to make it pretty. And then we're going to change directory into tools/Sherlock. Clear screen. Directory. Okay. So we are going to do Sherlock -- timeout 1. So it'll only spend 1 second on each site. Okay. And then you're going to put in the username again. So we'll do Nahamsek. Obviously, this is all in good fun. And, there's no malicious intent here as just for demonstration purposes. Actually, you know what? Let's scan another YouTuber. Let's do Network Chuck, right? Another great kind of beginner level YouTuber. Really, really good, especially his videos on networking. Definitely recommend check them out. Okay. So we're going to run this and we're going to give it a second to boot up, and you're going to see checking username Network Chuck on, and then it's going to go through its list, right? So sometimes you will get false positives on here. We can see a couple of chess websites, and I think potentially chess.com is false positive, but you can actually go ahead. Timeout 1 will also, potentially make it a little more inaccurate. But you can see here, if we go and let's say check out his chess account, right? We'll copy that and we will do a new window. Oh, paste it in. Okay, boom. So he does apparently actually have a chess account. So you can go through and, check these. I just really have to emphasize here, only do this when you have explicit written permission and you're a penetration tester or something like that. If you're not, use it as a learning tool. Use it on yourself, right? Do not ever use this with ill intent against anyone. I'm just demonstrating how this tool can be used and kind of the basics of OSINT. That's a really quick demo of how the Sherlock tool works. I'm going to get into some more OSINT stuff in the next video, but thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate all the support on the channel. It has been amazing. And without further ado, please let me know if you have any questions in the comments, any video ideas. I read every single one and I will do my very, very best to make a video answering all of the questions and keep consistently creating content. Yeah, thank you guys for watching and peace.